Hello and welcome to Hello News USA, where we bring you the latest developments from world politics with insight and clarity. Today's major story revolves around the ongoing tensions between the United States and Iran, with Donald Trump once again at the center of attention. Let's break down what's happening and why it matters. U.S. fleet sends toward Iran. In a significant development, U.S. President Donald Trump announced that a major American naval fleet, including the strike group around the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, was ordered to move toward the Gulf region amid rising tensions with Iran. According to officials, this deployment is meant to act as a strong warning to Tehran. Trump said the United States was closely watching Iran's actions, especially after recent reports of violence and unrest in the country. Military preparedness, but not immediate war. While the military buildup has raised concerns of possible confrontation, Trump has chosen to keep the language cautiously calibrated. On board Air Force One, he reiterated that the deployment is partly a precaution meant to deter further escalation rather than directly trigger conflict. This comes after Trump earlier suggested that U.S. military action could be on the table if Iran continued internal repression or pursued nuclear ambitions aggressively. Trump's rhetoric and Iran's internal politics. Trump has repeatedly criticized Iran's leadership, particularly in relation to the violent crackdown on widespread protests inside the country. The U.S. president has attributed some of the Iranian government's actions to his own firm stance, claiming that Tehran halted hundreds of planned executions after U.S. pressure. However, Iran's leadership, including Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has pushed back strongly. Tehran disputes U.S. characterizations of its internal affairs and has warned that any outside aggression could invite a severe response. Diplomacy versus pressure. Despite the show of military force, the door to diplomacy remains open, at least officially. Trump confirmed that U.S. officials are ready to talks with Iran's government, even as he maintained pressure on the regime to curb activities that Washington considers destabilizing. This dual strategy, pressure and diplomacy, reflects the complexity of the U.S.-Iran relationship in 2026. On one hand, the U.S. seeks to deter nuclear escalation and internal repression. On the other, Trump's administration recognizes that a purely military approach could have far-reaching global consequences. Global impact. The tensions have already impacted global oil markets, given Iran's role as a major oil producer. Fears of supply disruptions have caused price fluctuations, affecting economies far beyond the Middle East. Moreover, Trump's moves have also influenced diplomatic relationships with other countries. The U.S. has considered imposing stricter tariffs on nations that continue trade ties with Iran, a measure that could reshape international commerce. What experts are watching. Political analysts are watching several key indicators. If diplomatic channels between Washington and Tehran can lead to meaningful negotiations. If the military buildup serves only as deterrence or signals deeper intervention. How regional allies, including Israel and Gulf states, respond to the U.S.-Iran standoff. The economic ripple effects of sanctions and naval deployments on global markets. These factors will shape not only Middle East stability, but also broader international relations for years to come. What this means for you. For viewers in the U.S. and around the world, the Trump-Iran story is more than just headlines. It's about the fragile balance between national security, diplomacy, and global economics. Whether tensions escalate or ease, the consequences will be felt in political capitals, energy markets, and everyday lives. Thank you for watching Hello News USA. If you found this update informative and insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more international political news. Stay informed, stay aware.